And we're there, man.
We're not live. We're
Kryptonate.
recording.
We're not live. I was gonna
Yeah.
say we're live, but we're not live. This is recording, so we got Kryptonate in the building, man. It's been a minute. We've been trying to push for this. We're glad to have you on the channel. We started the same time, and man, it's good to have you here finally.
Yeah, I
Yeah, man.
appreciate you guys
Glad to
having
talk
me
to you.
on.
Yeah, for sure,
100%.
man. 100%.
Oh man, it's been what's it called? We were talking before the video, before we start recording here about like how things started back in the day. It's been like almost a year for both of us, a year and a bit now. Now things are moving, things are changing, and man, I think we got into a lot of different things, man. At one point, we got heavily into what, like Ethereum.
Yeah.
At one point, it was big, and now we're just we know you're heavily into Nimiq, you're heavily into bunch of other stuff. But tell us, man.
A
What
lot
got
of
us in-
DeFi projects and everything too.
Big time, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
tell us,
man.
man. Yeah, like what have you been into as of recent?
Mainly more of like Voyager, Nimiq, Ethereum, just
Okay.
projects like that.
Right.
Nimiq's my low cap. Voyager is appealing to me because it's user friendly, a lot of staking rewards and stuff like that.
Man, especially times like these, the down days, we're going through a bit of a downtrend in the market. Staking really makes up for things, right? Like going after those staking coins is definitely a high priority.
Yeah, for sure. And then with the debit card rolling out soon, that's another appealing thing.
So we saw you were talking about what is that going? Because the only one I know so far is Crypto.com having their own credit. They had a partnership with Visa now, so you can just a Visa card basically, and you can use whatever. It's like the bank, man. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't know if you guys agree or not, man, but I think the new bank is gonna be these exchanges with the credit cards, man.
Yeah, Coinbase will have direct deposit, so your employer can actually direct deposit your paycheck into Coinbase in the future. So
Wow,
that's the direction crypto is moving. It really is going to be the future.
That's true.
100%, man. It's early days. It's great to get in it. So, man, what got you in the first place? Like, what'd you do before crypto? What got you interested in this stuff?
So before crypto, I right when I turned 18, I opened up like a retirement account, the traditional stuff like Roth IRA and stuff. Started investing into mutual funds, and then I did single stocks like Apple and things like that. But then my friend introduced me to crypto, and he's like, "Hey, look, Robinhood sells these things, Bitcoin, Ethereum. You should look into it." And he was like making money left and right. And right when I bought, it went down. And so I was like, do I hold? Do I hold? But eventually I just gave in and I sold off. But then he introduced me to some other apps like Coinbase and stuff. And then I got into that. Then I found some YouTube channels and I just started, getting into it, and it just progressed from there. Now I'm pretty much all in crypto.
Awesome, man. Right on. Yeah. So do you still mess with the legacy side at all, or are you fully
it's boring, man. It's boring.
I mean, I still have a bank account and like that,
right?
Stuff like that. But once they do roll out the direct deposit for Coinbase and some of these other platforms, I'll probably just have it set up to go all into crypto.
Awesome.
That's true. I think that's the direction everything is heading, 100%, man. Because, like, at the end of the day, man, we all know in the traditional market, there's a lot of hands, trying to get the bigger piece of the pie at the end of the day, And I think with crypto, and we and Brendan even were talking about that yesterday, is that it's not only like we're not only into crypto just because just gonna make money out of that at one point. There's also fairness embedded into crypto. There's also democracy embedded into crypto. There's also everyone who's you get paid what you're supposed to get paid, as opposed to just because we're using your server, I'm sending money somewhere across seas. It has to go through 6-7 banks, and each bank has to get a bit of a fee on that, and then it ends up my whatever I'm sending is like 30% less, just because, right? Just because the system in its entirety is inefficient. So now crypto, man, 100%. I feel like at one point everyone's gonna start having their salaries, just deposited directly in crypto. No one really wants to, no one wants that. No one wants dollar as much as they want, or everybody can start now, buying and selling depending on that. So,
well, yeah,
it's pretty good to see that.
I'll give you my opinion on this as well. So with all the printing, the stimulus and all that, that's another reason to get into crypto, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But yeah, not financial advice.
No, 100%.
But
yeah.
Yeah, crypto could be a hedge against that, especially with all the like, staking rewards. And yeah, you'll see like dips and stuff. But when I first got into crypto, that stuff would like, yeah, it would make me go crazy. I'm like, man, it dropped 30% today or something like that. That would make me go crazy. But now
100%.
I'm so used to it. I'm just like, I'm going to buy more. I'm going to buy
Chilling.
more.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the mentality, man. Like that's I feel that way as well. Where like nowadays when I see a dip, I'm like, oh, I feel great. We're close to the bottom. Whenever something's like rising and pumping, now I get worried. Like I've learned to like feel the opposite. When something's pumping, I'm worried. Oh, when you're at the top. When something's crashed, great. When you're at bottom, time to buy. You know what I mean? Like
Man,
yeah,
that's
you
I
really
think
need space to
I think crypto's like a boot camp, to be honest. If you're not used to the money going up and down, like just 1 year in crypto will teach you a lot. As soon as you come in, and that's when, man, I'm talking to my friends also as well, which they'll probably listen to this at one point. But overall, I think the first initial reaction to something pumping is that when people want to buy, people want to buy something that's like actually moving already, going up already. People are willing to buy it when it's at all-time highs, thinking, they're FOMOing in, thinking that they're gonna lose on the hype. And after a year into crypto, you're realizing that, hey, you're only supposed to buy when things are like fully down, like 50%, 60%, when there's nothing interesting in the market that's going on. Everybody, everybody's scared, everybody's fearful, and you wait. And that, just because you did that and you waited, you were patient enough, you'll get the leverage when things start to move up. You're just chilling and enjoying it, right? You're thinking about taking profits when things move up already. So there's a lot of experience. My point is when you get into crypto, it kind of, if you're not willing to learn, you're gonna get hurt, and the hurt is gonna teach you that those lessons of when to invest, when to sell, when to buy, when to be patient, and what to look for, basically. So yeah.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. But I mean, to go along with what you're saying, I think that every new crypto trader has to learn that the hard way. I mean, there's no way around it. I learned it the hard way. I bought these meme coins when they were going way up and they wrecked me. I lost thousands of dollars doing that. And yeah, I think that every new trader is just going to learn that lesson the hard way. They can listen to our show and they can hear us say it, but until they actually get wrecked, they won't understand how it, how it feels.
I think that's the fee. That's the fee you got to pay to get into the market, basically.
Yeah. It's a psychological thing, right? Like you can hear something, but the effect of that won't really grip your mind until you feel the implications of it. And that's the thing about the market, man. It'll keep teaching you lessons until you learn. Like, like I myself, I've been in space, feels like decades at this point. I sometimes, I've done it where I buy tops, and the market will keep teaching you lessons until you learn, man. So yeah.
But the best thing you can do there is if you buy the top, just hold, don't sell, don't panic sell when it goes down.
Wait,
keep holding.
Sorry, crypto name. Just hold on for a second. Are you suggesting that perhaps panic selling is not a profitable strategy?
Oh, definitely not. But that's the first thing you're going to want to do when you see it dip like 100% almost. You're going to want to sell.
Yeah,
you're going to want to sell, but hold, and in like a couple years it may actually be worth more.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Shiba Inu actually. I bought the peak, like the top, and I sold when it was going down, but if I had held it, it went back and recovered, I probably would have recovered the money I lost.
Man, I saw a tweet today by what's his name, Carl, the Moon channel, and he was saying like $10 or $100 invested like a year ago, exactly today, a year ago, would have been like somewhere in the like $1 million or so. I didn't really verify it, but apparently like
what coin?
Like Shiba.
Oh
yeah, I could believe that.
Which is crazy, man. It's very dicey, you got to really, and that's, like, I don't know, maybe that's a question even for you as well, man. But I think the biggest challenge, even like talking or speaking our thoughts to our audience, has been that specifically, and we notice it with the traffic. When things go down, that's when me and Brendan are interested in buying things. Now, this time in the market, I'm not buying anything, man. You know, specifically, for example, I'll give you an example. We're talking about crypto.com for a while, right? And
Yeah.
Brendan remembers we're talking about it when it was like close to the 5 cent, 6 cent, and we're telling people like this is what we're interested in right now. You know, we saw that the peak at one point it's at 6 cents. We were talking about it. The peak at one point was like 30 cents or something. And we're saying, hey, look, all-time highs are 30 cents. This thing is down like probably like a good 75, 80%. This is a good time to buy. You know, if you're bullish on this. But the problem was there was no interest in the market. You know, no one's coming into YouTube. You can see that with the viewership. No one's searching. No one's nothing. Only when things start to move up is when people start to look into coming into crypto. And I think that's the fee. The fee is that you got to be through the boring stuff. You got to be when the market is like down and no one's interested in it, and you think that, hey, this was the stupidest thing. Crypto is the new stupid thing, and you believing in it during those times. You know, when things push up and you have that conviction, then that's when you kind of relax and, you know, read their words. So, did you find, you know, like with your experience with your audience, I guess, did you see like because almost I would say a couple months ago, there was no one on YouTube for crypto, and now things are just blowing up on our channel as well. So you probably felt the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. It was a little discouraging, actually. That's part of the reason why I took a break from YouTube, you know, because the views were going down and everything. And not only that, I just had to focus on work.
Right, of course. Yeah. Yeah. It's such an awful thing, man. Like, because that's when you got to be paying attention when others aren't. Yeah, man. It's so, it's so unfortunate, but that's why, you know, a couple people make money and most lose, unfortunately. But you know, extending your time horizon really, you can protect against a lot of that risk. But
yeah.
So what have you been looking at recently while things are down?
Honestly, I've been looking at Voyager and Nimiq. Those are two of the projects, along with like Litecoin. You know, Litecoin still hasn't peaked this run. So
okay,
so let's talk about Nimiq, man. I feel like you like probably Nimiq the most. We saw the videos and everything. Maybe if you want to start off, like what's to you at least, what's so special about Nimiq? Why did you get into it? Why do you think it's gonna have a bit of a long term, you know, like longevity, basically?
Well, I mean, it's been around for like 3 or 4 years, I believe. The first time I saw it was when BitBoy Crypto talked about it, and then Coin or whatever his channel's.
Right.
Bureau, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Coin Bureau. Yeah, he talked about it. I saw his video about it. Yeah, and that's when I started looking into it. But I like that the network, you know, it's faster, it's user friendly. You can mine it from your browser, and you can set up a miner as well. I have a miner set up. It's currently making like a couple hundred Nimiq per day. So if I hold that, you know, and if I'm right and it goes to 50 cents in the future, you know, 5-10 years, that'll be worth it, you know, that'll pay off. So I'm just accumulating as much as I can. It's a low cap for me. It's one of my more risky bets because, you know, the market cap's only 38 million. So we're really early on. But I did get in at around the peak, actually. It was like a $200 million market cap or 2 or 3.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the staking rewards on that?
Right now, it is actually proof of work, so there isn't any staking yet. But it is going to be transitioning over to proof of stake. Nimiq Albatross, I believe that's what it's called. I'm not sure when that'll be happening, but I've subscribed to their channel. Their channel is growing. It's community of like 6,000 now. But yeah.
Interesting.
So in terms of I guess their value proposition, so what do you think they're doing best that other, I guess, coins are not doing? So we're saying it's inspired by Bitcoin. I'm assuming it's a store of value coin so far that we
it's like a payment service, kind of like Dash, I think. But what is appealing to me is it's down 87% from its all-time high 3 years ago. So this is like, you know, like you were saying earlier, it's not at its all-time high right now. It could be a good buying opportunity because it's down so much. And those who buy when projects are down, they usually reap the benefits, the rewards later on, rather than buying at all-time highs. So that's another thing that's appealing to me.
100%. Okay, so and then how does Voyager enter that equation? Do you see them as competitors or as building out the same space? How do you view them?
Voyager?
Yeah, Voyager.
They're not competitors. I actually like sent an email into Voyager. I'm like, hey, can you guys listen to Nimiq? You know, because it's one of my favorite picks. You know, and if it was on the platform, I would definitely hold it there.
Okay.
But yeah, Voyager, I see them more as a competitor to like Crypto.com or Coinbase.
Right.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, because they both have debit cards, or all three of them have debit cards coming out, and they have staking and stuff like that. So I would consider it more like that.
Right on, man. Right on. Yeah. But did I say Voyager at the beginning there?
Yeah.
Man, you know where my mind's at. But yeah, no, for sure, bro. That's those plays can really be interesting sometimes, man. Like Crypto.com popped off recently, but Crypto.com popped off really because it was taking some of that share from Binance. And I'm not too familiar with Voyager. But hey, maybe it's something worth looking into, man. Because
yeah, I mean, we're early on for this project for sure. Because $858 million market cap, and then you look at Crypto.com, it's like what, 14 billion or something,
right?
Yeah,
that's true.
So yeah, go ahead.
No, so what I'm trying to say is, so in terms of, we know now what Nimiq is, just for some sort of payment services, but with crypto, more secure, running on your browser, proof of work so far. They get transition to proof of stake. Voyager now, same thing, almost to crypto. So is it some sort of an exchange for Voyager right now?
Yeah, Voyager is a brokerage platform. Voyager is a brokerage platform.
Okay.
So brokerage, as in we can go and buy and sell tokens there. Is it like some sort of is it different than what a typical exchange that we're used to, for example, like Crypto.com? Or
yeah, it's a little different than Coinbase and Crypto.com, but it's secure. I like it.
That's good, man. That's actually amazing. A lot. I think, look, man, that's what we talked about before. Right now, like obviously the main exchanges right now that are kind of controlling everything is Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, FTX as well. Bybit, with everyone's putting in 1,000x leverage and losing most of it as well. Crypto.com for me,
never lose leverage trading. You never lose.
You don't, huh? You don't. You never get liquidated.
No, if you know what you're doing, you don't.
That's true, 100%, man. But the thing is, I mean, I feel bad sometimes whenever I see. Every now and then we get the reports from Bybit, and how much, like almost every time there's like a major move in Bitcoin, you have like almost like 23 billion or something dollars of people getting just liquidated. There's that money going straight to someone.
It's always Bybit. Yeah,
that's it's risky, but that is what it is. But the only thing so far we see, with an actual card, with a card that you can actually, so let's say you have some VeChain or you have some whatever tokens you got on your on that exchange, you can go and buy coffee with it, you can go and buy groceries with it. The only thing that I knew about so far was Crypto.com. Now you're saying Voyager as well. So look, man, overall, we've been, at least for me, I know, but we've been I like exchange tokens. I like investing in crypto exchange tokens, and the reason why, because we can measure their performance right away. If they have fast, liquidity is good, and they have more services on top of that, like a credit card or a debit card, and I can have some sort of business pay. For example, Crypto.com has a business pay where I can put invoices and I can send it to a specific wallet address, and I can have someone paying for my work with crypto, and I have like an actual legal document that, hey, I sent money to this person, or I received money from this person for this kind of service. I love that. I think that's gonna give the average business the opportunity to start. If they invested in crypto, they can use crypto faster, quicker, across seas, depending on the services, and it's a lot more efficient. So to me, I get excited when we talk about exchange tokens. And to be honest, we never really got into Voyager overall, but it looks like, I don't know about you, Brendan, man. It looks it looks good so far, man. Yeah,
Voyager offers a 7% staking reward for holding their token, and then on top of that, there's tiers, I guess. for the loyalty program. So the more you hold, the higher your tier is. And so, yeah, so there is benefits like crypto.com to holding this, and you get a certain amount back on each purchase or trade, I guess. So if you bought Bitcoin on Voyager platform, you get a certain amount of Voyager tokens back for that.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's like an incentive to purchase on the platform.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
So lower fees and stuff like that.
Great. Look, I'm a sucker for tokenomics because, as we've seen in this space, a lot of just pure governance tokens, they don't really tend to do well. But when you have those features that give you benefits for actually holding the token, it definitely kind of piques my interest in looking at it for sure.
Yeah, and I will say, Digital Asset News, I don't know if you know his channel or not, but he was predicting like a $30 Voyager token end of this bull run. And realistically, that could easily happen because that would put the market cap around $8.3 billion, give or take. But that's, that's not out of reach, especially looking at, crypto.com and with a $14 billion market cap.
That's a 10x from here, man. We're right at just above $3, $3.08. Yeah, man. Look, if Bitcoin doesn't continue to shit the bed, and if we get some healthy Bitcoin action, then man, 10x is all around ain't too unrealistic.
I just want to kind of pull up the chart here. This is the actual token, right? VGX basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Looks pretty good, man. Brendan, what do you think about the price action?
Well, I'm very glad you brought up the chart here because
unless you want to bring up your chart and talk about it.
I got a chart. Yeah, I got a chart.
Pull it up, buddy.
All right, let me see. Just give me a second. I'm technologically impaired. Hold on.
Just give some time, guys,
give me a
for
second
Brendan to kind of get his life together. There we go.
All right. So, look, I can pull out a bunch of fancy emo.
Yo, what's up with you and words today, man?
Bro, it's been a lifelong thing. You just gotta, it's just
true.
part of the whole situation. But listen, my point is, I can get real fancy here if I want to, but it's unnecessary because I love this chart because of how easy it is to read. We have the most clear pivot point I've ever seen, where above $3 we're bullish, below $3 we are bearish. So for me, it's quite simple. If we got daily candles opening and closing below $3, that would be extremely bearish in my opinion, especially if we get weeklies. But as long as we hold on to $3, hey, I'm a fan of buying on support. $3 is support. So if you are a believer, something to consider.
Definitely. Yeah. You know what's even
hey, you're
I was gonna pull up Nimiq. My bad. Go ahead, Kryptonate. Go ahead, man.
Sorry
for the interruption, boss.
I was just gonna say that I have my buys just set up to reoccur each week.
Okay. Yeah, right on. Yeah,
man, that's actually a good way of doing things sometimes, man. It just averages it out on its own kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. And a cool feature about the Voyager app is it actually tells you what your average is.
Nice.
Per token. So if you buy Voyager, it'll tell you your average. So you buy at $6, $3, $2, or whatever. It'll tell you what the average is. So it's pretty cool.
Maybe Brendan, can you pull up the volume? Can we add the volume there for a second?
Yes, we can.
If you don't mind, sir. Wow, you don't even have the volume on your. Wow, man.
What are you talking about?
My bad. Go ahead. See, I zoom out.
I
see.
There you go.
Hey, man, it's been down. It's been downtrending nicely. Like, I mean, it looks like it is at a very nice zone, I guess, where you do expect some sort of buying to actually start happening as well.
Yeah, and that's my only thing, man. Is look, this is a pretty massive downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows, very bearish. But what I can say is that sellers definitely came into the market at $3. This is a psychologically important level. The market's telling us that $3 is significant. So coming back down to retest it, what was once previous resistance should act as support, if at the very least temporarily speaking. So if buyers don't step in at $3, I would say that this thing's just based off TA, regardless of fundamentals may change the equation, but just looking at a pure chart. If this thing sends daily candles below $3, I would say it's bearish. But if I'm definitely a fan of buying on support, and $3 is support.
100%. One thing maybe to add, I would say, is the fact that the volume, man. Look at like how much volume was going on at the come up, and while we're going down, volume is almost going really low, almost non-existent, and that's telling us that like people are holding. If that amount of volume as the on the upper movement is not even close. It almost dwarfs the selling volume. That tells you that a lot of people are actually holding this thing, man. And it looks like there's, exhaustion. We should be looking for some sort of exhaustion coming up closer to these levels below us at one point. So it could be due for some sort of reversal sometime soon, man.
Yeah, that run up actually was, I believe, the Coinbase listing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that had to do with that.
Oh, definitely, man. It's called the Coinbase effect. It's crazy. Almost every token that goes on Coinbase just goes crazy at one point, It
also happens to dump afterwards as well. I don't know if you've been tracking that, but that's been like a common occurrence.
No, I just look at the upside movement, bro.
Right, as you should. Right.
Yeah. One thing as well, I don't know if you guys are, if we can also look at Nimiq, man. Nimiq is actually looking nice. Like I have the chart here pulled up. Maybe I'll.
Yeah, go ahead. We can look at your chart if you want.
There we go. So this is what I'm talking about here, man. Almost kind of similar, but I would say more. The floor is a bit more predictable, so that's good. Like we can easily see a floor somewhere around this region over here for Nimiq, somewhere. So 0.003. This is where we had 1, 2, 3, and the fourth support is coming. When we see that happen, what was that? What was the list? How far back? Yeah, so September 2020, end of September 2020. So it looks like this is a pretty nice support for whoever is interested in Nimiq. Looks like overall pretty clear support zone for me, at least, where I would expect buyers to jump in. Just how and look what happened here before. Even when we first got listed, I guess this is on Qcoin. A couple of times we try to knock at this level overall at the 0.0033, and as soon as we broke above it, we actually shot up heavy. When we dropped back down to it, they came back to the actual breakout once, twice, and every time we touch it, there's a bit of a movement coming up. So, man, looks like this is the zone, to be honest with you. And I don't really know much. Thank you, Crypto Nate, for actually bringing this up, man. It looks like they do have some sort of good fundamentals as well. But besides that, man, the price actually is looking nice as well. If we find some sort of buy power coming at these levels.
So is this the time to ape in, man? What are you saying?
Was that for me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I just buy when I think it would be a good time to buy, honestly. Definitely. But I'm mining it too. So if you have like a powerful enough PC, yeah, mine.
100%. This is financial advice, right?
This is 100% financial advice
from you, not from me. Right?
Are you suggesting that this is guaranteed?
Guaranteed price increase?
Right, 100%.
No, man. No, yeah. None of this is financial advice. Guys, do your own research. Never trust, verify. By the way, I came up with that recently, huh?
That's all you, really.
Don't trust, verify.
I mean, the best strategy when you're looking at crypto, in my opinion, is to look at the all-time high and see, is it at all-time high or is it down 87%, like Nimiq.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Nimiq is down from all-time highs. Looks like here. What do we have here? Let's see.
And there's only two ways it can go. It can either go up more or it can go down more. So if it's down 87%, it's got to bottom out eventually.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
And by the way, if I may, I would like to add my 2 cents here as well, because look, man, as of recent, in one of my recent videos, I try to highlight the importance of buying on support. Buying on support on a historically relevant trend line can be a very, very relevant, a very profitable strategy. And look, one of my favorite things to do is to draw lines. I'm an artiste, but they can be profitable to keep.
Which line should we look at, man?
Well, I'm looking at the weekly here, and I'm identifying significant support / resistance ranges and areas where buyers step into the market and where sellers step into the market. And one very relevant trend line is this one right here. Looking at the weekly, there's a clear trend line where prices respected multiple times. That's exactly where we're coming back down to retest. And for the moment, holding as support. So if in 2 days and 4 hours, we're going to get a weekly closing above that trend line, that would be a very good sign as well. This green box here, you can see that historically, this is where buyers stepped into the market. We had massive sell-off here. Where did we stop selling off? Right here, consistently buyers enter the market. So we're in a range in which we see buyers entering the market based off these kind of long wicks to the downside. We have our trend line here. We're down 73% from recent all-time highs as well. And just for a little bit of hopium, just because I like injecting hopium. We have bullish divergence on the 4 hour. We have lower lows and price action paired with higher highs on our side, which is bullish divergence. So look, man, you know, I'm not familiar with the fundamentals. What I can say is I'm a fan of buying on support on a significant dip, and we have bullish divergence. I'm a fan of that stuff.
Hey, man, God bless you, man. God bless you, man. These are some heavy These are $2, not 2 cents, man. That's a whole lot of wisdom.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you.
Yeah, man. My strategy here is just to accumulate as much as I can. My goal would be to get 10 million Nimiq.
Oof, you're gonna be well.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, and so is Nimiq? You're saying you're mining it. So is it? Do they plan to stay proof of work?
No, it's gonna switch over to proof of stake. So for now, I'm just gonna accumulate mine and get as much as I can. I also do buy on KuCoin. Right. So yeah, but I keep it in my wallet. Off the exchange, obviously.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Brendan, what are you drinking, man?
That is for me to know and for you to not know.
Okay.
It's water. It's water. I'm just kidding.
100%, man. So Nate, Crypto Nate, everybody, make sure you go subscribe to Crypto Nate, man. The guy knows what he's talking about. I saw a video you put out, the short.
Oh yeah,
there's been recent. What happened on Coinbase? I think there was some sort of a bug in the market cap. So we want to talk about that for a bit, man. We're a billionaire for a second.
So I was a billionaire, a Nimiq billionaire for like 20 minutes. You know, because the other day the market cap. Coin market cap, it just glitched out. That was crazy. I almost had a heart attack. So I open up my wallet and I see $406 billion in my wallet. I'm like, holy
dollars.
Like, holy crap. How did this happen? It was dollars too. $406 billion. I'm like, oh my gosh. I got to cash out. So I race to my computer and I'm like trying to cash out and I'm like, wait a second. I look at coin market cap and all the other cryptos are up as well. I'm like, oh, this is a glitch. Dang it.
So was it like just the market cap increased, or was it like the price increased, or what happened? Was it just a glitch with the numbers?
It was a glitch with the numbers. So the liquidity wasn't actually there. So I still have bragging rights. I was a billionaire.
100%, man.
You take a screenshot? You should have screenshotted it.
Oh, I did. Oh,
there you go.
I'll probably put him in my next video, but
right on,
bro, I would sue Coinbase for this kind of emotional trauma, man.
Yeah, they owe me $406 billion.
100%.
How funny would that be? Because you could probably say, "Hey, I made financial decisions based off this information."
Yeah, I bought a house in that 20 minutes.
I showed my financial advisor. Yeah, they lended me $406 billion. So now I'm in debt that much.
That's crazy.
These are, I mean, we're joking around here. They're not bad ideas. I mean,
that is not a bad idea, bro. To be honest with you, what do you mean? Like, I went told my wife, my kids, my family. I quit my job. You know, all the.
I almost quit my job.
Yeah, I bet.
Man.
Yeah, if you see those zeros, yeah, for sure.
100%.
Well, at first, when I saw it, I was like $406 million in my wallet, and I was like, okay. But then I looked at it again. I was like $406 billion. I was like, what the.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, there's definitely not enough liquidity, man, for you to sell all of that. 100%.
Yeah, no way. I would be fine with just taking a couple mil.
Oh man, no, 100%. Big time, man. Big time, man. Big time. So what else, man? What else are you interested in besides Nimiq and Voyager? Are you invested in anything else? Are you invested in Hex? Are you invested in Crypto.com, VVS, anything?
So Crypto.com, I was buying. I had the reoccurring buys set up for a long time. So I've been buying, since like 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So major profit there. I'm not cashing out yet because I think it could go to like, $350 easily.
Yeah,
that's true.
You in VVS?
Do you know what VVS, man? Have you heard of VVS before? VVS.
Yeah, I've seen it in your like videos and stuff, but I haven't really done any research on it. So.
Come on, man. Come on, man. How about Hex? Have you heard of Hex before?
Yeah, I've heard of Hex, but
you've definitely seen Hex on our videos.
Yeah. 100%. Haven't really done any research on that either. Let me just open up my thing. And
no, 100%, man.
GRT is another one of my holds.
Yeah, you mentioned GRT, man. I'm glad you did. I haven't taken a look at that chart in a little bit, but last time I took a look at it, it looked very interesting. Oh, okay, yeah, it looks very bad.
It's down. It's down a lot.
It's down. Yeah, it broke below. I had a channel drawn. Yeah, it's not great.
You might think I'm crazy, but I'm buying right now.
Well, hey man, you know, if you believe in it long term, the dips are for sure buying. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, long term, I could see this thing at like $5. So yes, I am long term on this.
Yeah,
Most of my crypto projects I am, because right
Yeah.
now I don't have enough crypto to become wealthy. So
Yeah.
I'm just buying, accumulating more, and I'm happy with the negative prices or whatever.
100%.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Of course, 100%. 100%. The graph. I forgot what the graph was. Just mainly just
The
aggregate all crypto prices. Was it for crypto prices?
The way I
it's like a wallet, isn't it?
I think it's like a couple things. I think the way I heard it explained is that it's the opposite of Chainlink, where Chainlink brings information from outside a smart contract to within one, but I think the GERT helps to like index things. So it.
Oh right. So this
Oh,
is
yeah.
what it is. GRT is an Ethereum token that powers the graph, a decentralized protocol for indexing and querying data from blockchains. Okay, so just as Google indexes the web, GRT indexes the crypto world. So
I was about to say that too, by the way.
Were you gonna say that?
Yeah, that was literally the next thing I was about to say. But I'm happy.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, man. But man, the price looks pretty good, to be honest with you.
Does it?
I mean, not the price action. The price is nice.
Like I would buy at that price. I wouldn't buy at 288 though. That's its all-time high.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. How much are we down for multi-miners? That's just for fun. Let's see here. We're down 79%, 80%. Yeah, man, no, for sure. If you believe in something long term and it's down 79, 80%, I view that as an opportunity.
We copping.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I have in common with most of my picks though. They're down close to 80%.
Right.
That's the way to go, man. Actually, that's the way to go. That's what it is, guys. You got 100%. Don't buy the top and sell the bottom, man. No matter how much FOMO you got, man. At one point, I remember me, Brendan, how many times, man, when we first got into things, we had our trades. We're FOMOing into things that don't make sense. And, because you're amateur, you're starting to, you're just dabbling into this whole profit thing. And, our lizard brains definitely cannot comprehend how to, be patient, man. So you got to really be patient with this. And man, when things are pushing up, I'm not touching that shit, unless it's something
when you go
really
long.
big. Yeah, unless that's when it's like something really, really, really big and really interesting that, hey, anything below $1 is a steal. Anything below this level is a steal. I'm okay with holding it at dropping 50%. I would buy more, that kind of thing. So there's definitely some sort of a matrix, risk matrix that you got to look at. And, you got to assess the situation and definitely subscribe to aMillionortheMoon of Crypto, Crypto Nate, man, to get that wisdom.
Yeah, bro, 100%. And especially Crypto Nate. We're going to leave a link down in the description below. Man, Crypto Nate, I remember you used to fuck with us back in the day when not many people did. So, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you guys, showing us Nimiq and Voyager, because now it's definitely something we're gonna check out. Although just to hover on the graph here as well, I would just say if we lose 55 cents here, might not be great for the short term, but long term, I definitely believe in the graph as well.
Bro, that's a whole lot of negativity.
It's a steal right now, in my opinion.
Definitely. Yeah, sure. Definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's nice here. I mean, we're pushing towards the 40 minutes. We talked about Nimiq, Voyager. We talked about the market. We talked about GRT. What else we got, man?
Well, Crypto Nate, you got anything else on your mind there, man?
Not really for this one. I'll have to come on the channel again though, and maybe I'll host you guys too. Now that I know what platform you guys are using.
100%, man. 100%, man. We appreciate you coming, guys. Make sure we'll leave a link to Crypto Nate's channel. Make sure you go to subscribe to him, check him out. Great content, great information, very educational. And yeah, if you're looking for some sort of new low caps, this is this guy's specialty. And yeah, 100%, man. Brendan, what are you saying, man?
Nate, thanks for coming on, man. Everyone, go like and subscribe to Crypto Nate. And until next time.
Appreciate you guys hosting.
Yes, sir. Peace out.
There we go.
There we go.